Oh, nice.
Strap. Nice strap.
You don't fucking head on.
Look at
You going
these.
for that ace, bro?
My fault, my fault. I thought he was hitting me. Where is he? Let me get the ace. Let me get the ace.
He's over by construction.
I got you. Good guy, bro.
Oh!
Nice ace, dude.
No
Good
way.
shit.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Book and I come back in the video, and today I'm gonna be doing a Rainbow Six Siege tier list video. For those that don't know, I used to play Siege way back then. That clip that y'all just saw, that was me when I think I was like 18, 19, like fresh out of high school. I was like working at Papa John's and just starting out college and playing Siege all day. But anyways, man, I've been playing a lot of Siege, and I was actually going to do like a montage video, but I have so much footage, and I just, I don't want to rush it, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you get a chance to do it, I'm gonna do a Rainbow Six Siege montage for y'all. Maybe when I hit like Diamond or like High Plat or something. But with that being said, I've been playing Siege ever since White Noise. I played from White Noise all the way up into Shifting Tides. Then I took a huge break until Operation Vector Glare. I don't even remember that. And then I'm just now coming back now for Operation Heavy Metal. And I guess the reason why I'm doing the tier list today is because they're fun. You know what I'm saying? I love doing tier lists. I love the discussion. But for this tier list, I'm not going to be specifically talking about the meta, but more as though like the all-time impact each operator had, whether if they like, came out when the game came out, or they like, they're just now coming out. I think that's what I'm a base my opinions off of, basically. So with that being said, man, hit that like, share, subscribe button, and let's get into it. So okay, so we have Ace. Ace's primary is his AK-12, a shotgun, and his pistol's really good. His gadgets are a breach and a claymore. I want to say when Ace came out, I remember when Ace came out, but I don't know how much of an impact he had on the game. I will say that when I play him, I feel like he's always useful, even if you don't get the full excuse me, even if you don't get like the full charge off on his gadget. I feel like it still helps, even if you like, just get like that one square and then you just blast it, you can still make like a kill hole. So I'm gonna put him at A. Alibi, I remember when Alibi first came out, Alibi and Maestro, they rained hell upon the Siege community. Alibi was so busted back then. She's still good now, not as strong, but you was able to, put her traps outside of the outside, what is it called? Like outside of the buildings and the maps and stuff. And they was able to like be detected. So what some people would do is they'll throw like 2 traps out there, and then they'll stand in the middle or wherever they want to stand at. And then everybody think it's a trap, but she ended up like, like killing everybody. I'm gonna put Alibi at S2. A Rooney, I feel like a Rooney is a very situational operator. Me personally, I only play a Rooney when I know that the enemy team is like completely off of sight, or they're all grouped together and I can like get in without them like, paying attention. But I feel like other than that, her gun is pretty decent. She doesn't really offer that much utility to her team though if she's not fragging. She's really good with Dokkaebi, so if you go like a Rooney, somebody could go Doki. That way they really won't hear you coming, and they won't see you coming on cameras if you go through a barricade or like a door or something. So I'm gonna put her in B tier. I'm gonna put her in B tier. Me personally, I like her, but I'm putting her in B tier. A Rooney. Oh, I'm sorry, Amaru. Did I call her Rooney the whole time? That's embarrassing. Amaru. I'm gonna put Amaru in A tier. Amaru's gun is really good. Her gun is the let me see. It's her Dokkaebi gun. Yeah, the MK14. She has the MK14, the P10 Roni, and her secondary is basically Kavera's pistol, but like, a little bit less damage. Aruni's utility is really good. I really do like her gadgets. Now her gadgets can be hacked by what's that girl name? Brava, one of the newer operators. But I feel like a Rooney weapon is hard to contest in a Rooney player. And on top of that, you can't really destroy her gates unless you have maybe like a Twitch, a Bravo, or something. Or you have to force the enemy team to sacrifice their what's it called? You have to force the enemy team to like sacrifice like a throwable basically. So a utility in order to like get past the gate most of the time. I'm gonna put her in A. Ash. I'm gonna put Ash at S tier. Ash is the fastest character in the game. Her gun was so good back then. A lot of people were just running and gunning on Ash. I know you can't really do that now, especially with the current defender meta. But back then, she really had an impact on the game. If you didn't stop an Ash back then, you was basically done. Her guns are really good too. Her R4C, one of my favorite guns in the game. If you don't like the R4C, if it shoots too fast for you and you want something a little bit slower, like slower fire rate, you can go to G36C. But now people are telling me the G36C has like more recoil than R4C. I don't know about that. Me personally, I feel like the R4C, I feel like both guns are easy to control, but that's just me. Her gadget, just basically blows up soft walls, and she does have 2 different pistols depending on what do you want. She has the Musoc and she has the USG. Her 2 gadgets right now are a breach and a claymore, but I'm pretty sure back in the day she had flashbangs. So you would blow up a soft wall, then you'll throw a little grenade in there, then from there you just playing Call of Duty. So I'm definitely gonna put Ash in S tier. Azami automatically going to S tier. When Azami came out, I wasn't playing the season Azami came out, but I heard when she first came out, she was wrecking havoc on Siege. She was able to create angles that was never before seen. He was able to jump up on spots you wasn't able to. That was like totally different. She gets a lot of them and you have to blow them up. So it's really hard to defend against Azami in my opinion, no matter how good you are. Especially if you're playing like on Villa and like 90 hallway. Oh man, yeah. Good. Yeah, have fun doing that. Bandit. I'm gonna put Bandit in A tier. Excuse me. I'm definitely gonna put Bandit in A tier. Back then, you needed a bandit main on your team back then. And if he wasn't good at bandit tricking, then hey, he was good on the MP7, or it was like, it was either one or the other or both. Bandit was a must-have back in the day. I mean, let's be honest, he was the only person to electrify, reinforcements. I know he's had his like nerfs back then, but I feel like overall as like a character and his impact on the game, I feel like he's really good. Plus, some people still go Bandit today. Some people go Cade and Bandit, depending on how many reinforcements or how many electrified walls they need. So I'm definitely gonna put him A tier. Blackbeard, I'm gonna say Blackbeard. I'm gonna put Blackbeard at C. I know way back when Siege first came out, he was busted, but it was only for so long. It wasn't like for years that way. Ubisoft patched that very quickly. He offers no utility for his team. Now his shield just gets one shot by like any bullet, including pellets, I believe too. And he's loud as fuck to run. He's very slow. I want to say the best use for Blackbeard is maybe if you're like rappelling on a window. That's my honest. Blitz. Let me think. Let me think about this one. I'm gonna put Blitz in A2, and let me tell you why. It's very easy to counter Blitz. I know people gonna be like, "Oh, go traps or whatever." I understand that logic, but I want to say as a whole, Blitz just offers more than just a shield and a gun and an instant flash. You know what I'm saying? He's more than just an entry fragger. I feel like he also has that psychological warfare on people. I can't tell you how many times I'm playing ranked and I'm hearing somebody panicking because they have a Blitz. Like, it's okay, calm down. Like, it's not that bad. So I'm definitely gonna put Blitz in A tier. His gadgets now, where's he at? Excuse me. Let me see what he got now. Yeah, he has a smoke and a breach charge. Basic stuff. Not nothing too crazy. I'm definitely gonna so I'm gonna put him at A tier. Next we got Buck. Buck is definitely going to A tier. Buck has always been those characters that you could just pick and not really get punished for it. Now he doesn't have his grenades, but when he did have his grenades, he was able to break soft walls and floors and then play vertically really good. And then he was a really good entry fragger. I know his gun takes a lot of recoil. For those that don't use his C8S3, they use the cams or the cameras or whatever, however you pronounce it. But now he doesn't have grenades anymore. He has a flashbang and a hard breach, but I still think that's, you know, really good. Buck offers a lot of utility for the team, and he also opens up a lot of kill angles, a lot of different ways to, like, you know, attack the site. So I'm definitely gonna put him up there. Capital, definitely putting Capital up there in A tier. Capital was actually an S tier character back then. I know he's had his nerfs. Back then he was able to have, I believe, don't quote me on this, but he was able to have 3 smokes and 3 fire arrows. Now it's only 2, but he still offers a lot of zoning potential, and he also allows plant potential with just his utility alone. His 2 guns is also the Para 308 and the M249. To be honest, you can't go wrong with either one. They're all preference. His secondary is Caveira's gun, the PRV, and if you don't go that, you could go the Gone 6. And right now he has a Claymore and a hard breach for his excuse me, for his other utility. So I'm definitely gonna put Capital in A tier. It's a really good character. His lore is really good too, if y'all don't know about Capital. So I'm just gonna put him in A. Castle. I'm gonna put Castle in B tier. Castle's not too crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much simple. If you see a castle wall, just blow it up. But he does make it harder for attackers just in general, just by, you know, putting up doors. I want to put him in A, but I'm just gonna leave him in B now. I might change it. But I think now he has like 5 walls or 4. Back then he only had 3. So Castle's yeah, Castle, he's pretty good in my opinion. But I think all time I'm gonna just put him in B. I know he has the UMP, his secondary is a shotgun. He has 3 different secondaries. Oh, I'm sorry. His 2 primaries are the UMP or the shotgun. His secondary is a super shorty, which is like a newer thing in Siege, or the USG and the Musoc. And he has a proximity alarm and a bulletproof camera. So he does offer good information outside of him just blocking those sites. So I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. I'm just leaving him at B for now. Caveira. I love Cav to death. I used to be a Cav main back in the day, but for 90% of the time, Caveira players, they don't do nothing for their team. They literally just pick Caveira and then they die. I tell people a lot of times, if you're gonna pick a character and die, like, you know, just go Rook or something. That way your teammates still have, like, you know, like armor or something. Caveira, she doesn't have no utility. She had her 2 guns are the M12 and the Spaz 15. She's the only character in the game with the Spaz 15. Her shotgun is really good, but other than that, her gadgets are the impact grenade, proximity alarm, and the observation blocker. You know, just basic stuff. But outside of that, if you're not getting an interrogation every round you play Caveira, you're kind of putting your team at a, you know, disadvantage. There's so many different options that you can go than Caveira. Me personally, she will always be one of my favorite characters, especially back in the day when her interrogation used to last so long and her pistol was like a 1 tap in the chest, I believe. So yeah, Clash. I'm gonna put Clash in D tier, and here's why. When Clash first came out, people didn't understand the logic behind Clash. There also wasn't what's it called, EMP grenades back then. But I want to say it took people maybe, like, I don't know, a month or whatever to figure out, like, you know, how to counter Clash. Back then when she came out, I never forget, I was a Sophia main at the time, so going against Clash was just easy in my opinion. She just offers time delay for the enemy team. For the attackers, she just offers time delay. That's pretty much it. They also nerfed the fuck out of her gun, which is the SMG. Some people take the shorty, I don't know why. And her gadgets are barbed wire, impact grenade, and a deployable shield. But like I said, she just offers wasted time. A lot of people can just throw a nade or stun her melee her. You can shoot her with a Kali and it will like, you know, push her shield to the side and you can kill her there. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put her in detail. I don't think she's that good. Doc. Doc has been like hit or miss over the years. I'm gonna put Doc in B tier. MP5 used to go crazy back in the day. His heals back then and now they do a lot. I know you only get 3 shots, but in the current meta, and especially for back then, in the current meta, Thunderbird is terrible right now. So Doc will be like a better Thunderbird in my opinion. And I also feel like he's also 3 armor or 3 health. Back in the day, it was armor. He's 3 health. He has a really good gun, and he can like, you know, heal his team. He has a lot of different varieties for different guns too. He can choose the MP5, the P90, or the SG shotgun, which are all like meta guns right now. His 2 pistols is the Bailiff, the revolver, and the P9. And his gadgets is the bulletproof camera and the barbed wire right now. I think Doc's pretty good in that. If you have a good Doc on your team, you're gonna do great things. Also, back in the day, a lot of people, they used to boost themselves and then spawn peak, like just crazy stuff. Dokkaebi S tier. When Dokkaebi first came out, I never forget. I was in high school, and I was like, "Yo, I never spent money on Siege before until Dokkaebi came out." I was like, "Yeah, I'm buying a new operator." Like, you know, 15. I think it was like $10 back then. I was like, $10. I'm buying her. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Her boss G was crazy back in the day. She had 3 calls back in the day. What else? Her calls also lasted longer. They still last long now. She denies enemy intel while also giving her team information on where they are based off of sound cues. Her weapons are really good. I know she has the MK14. Off of knowledge, I know her 2 secondaries are the ZZ, CZ, and the SMG12. Let me go see. Oh, and now the Gone 6. She also has EMP grenades, flash, and smoke. So she has a lot of versatility as to, like, you know, how she wants to attack the enemy team. So she's definitely going to S tier. Echo. Where is Echo at? Let me see. I'll put Echo in S tier as well. Oh, in my opinion, always been a good defender. Primaries are the Supernova or the Super 90. That's what we used to call it back in the day. You could go either that or the MP5. His 2 secondaries are the P229 and the Bearing 9. And his 2 gadgets right now, I think they've always been the same. I'm not sure if they changed it, but it's the deployable shield and the impact grenade. Echo, and he's also he's 2 speed and 2 health. I'm pretty sure back in the day he was 3 armor and 1 speed, but now I feel like he's definitely more balanced now, because back in the day he was able to stun somebody and the duration used to last for so long. Now it's much shorter. As far as like the strength of the stun is still really good. It just don't last as long, but that's okay, because, like, you know, he still offers information, plant denial, and he doesn't have to be on site to do great things. Me personally, I like to, like, you know, kind of like off roam as Echo, get information on my camera, and then, like, you know, flank the enemy team, or just or deny plant, and you know, that sort of thing. That's what I like to do personally. I think Echo has always been great. Not a hard character to learn either. So I'm gonna put him in S tier. Ella. Ella in D tier. I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Let me think. Ella is 2 health, 2 speed. Back then, people was like struggling to play against Ella, but I don't know why. She has like 3 stuns that are on site. Her 2 primaries are the Scorpion Evo and the FO12. Her secondary is the RG15. She has 3 different gadgets: a shield, barbed wire, observation blocker. I just don't feel like Ella was really doing much back then. Like, okay, she has 3 devices or whatever that stuns. Boom, that's it. Most of the time, you know, if you get stunned, they know you're there. And then most attackers, they just start pre-firing because they know. They're like, oh shit, like, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to push him while he's stunned. But other than that, she offers little information. Her gun is average in my opinion. I'm gonna put Ellen. Finka? I'm gonna put Finka in S tier. Finka's definitely S tier. When Finka came out, Finka was so good. Finka also had nades back then. Her two weapons, her three primary weapons is the Spear 308. She has a light machine gun and the SAG-12. All good options. Her secondary options are the PMM, the GSH-18, or the GOM 6. All good options. And then her gadgets was her gadgets right now are smoke and flashbangs. But I know back then she had nades, and back then that was crazy. But what makes Finka so good is that she can really boost her teammates' health or revive them without even being near them. That's like insane. So if somebody trades but your teammate's down and you're on the opposite side of the map, you could just boost them up. And if they don't know you're playing Finka, there's going to be a defender that runs towards the attacker that's down, but he's not going to have any clue. He's not going to have any clue that the attacker got back up. So Finka's definitely going S tier in my opinion. Flores, I'm gonna put Flores in C tier. I tried to play Flores, but he's kind of wonky in my opinion. His guns are really good. He has Thatcher's gun, the SR25 DMR. You know what I'm saying? Flashbangs, Claymores, nothing crazy. But his actual gadget that makes him Flores, I don't know how it is when he first came out, but now, they're just a drone that you can shoot. And if you can shoot the drone before he activates the C4, it's like, okay, he's just basically giving the enemy team points. I feel like Flores is hit or miss. Very, very situational operator. But I think, in my opinion, I want to say he's terrible, but he's not like bad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put him in C tier. Frost, put Frost in B tier. Frost has always had a good gun. More players are aware of where they put Frost mats now. Like now it's kind of hard to get people on Frost because the game has been out for so long. But even still, some people will run into him. My favorite gun from her is the 9mm C1, and she also has a Super 90. And her two gadgets are a bulletproof camera and deployable shield. That's what they are now. I think they're still really good. I think if you want to succeed on Frost, put them in traps where people won't expect. You know what I'm saying? Or make some debris in the area. Don't get scanned and put them in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get crafty with Frost nowadays. You can't just put them in the same spots that you did a couple years ago. Fuse. I'm gonna put Fuse. I'm gonna put Fuse in A tier. Fuse was good back in the day. He still is good now because even now he can use his fuse or his charge on reinforcements if they're not electrified. Crazy. I think that was a buff that he needed. He's a good vertical playing operator for the attacking side. Offers a lot of utility smokes. He also has hard breach charger or in a soft breach charger. His three weapons is a ballistic shield. Nobody uses it. The LMG and the AK-12. His LMG is the 6P. I'm playing him at 18. Glass. Oh, that's tough, man. I'm gonna put Glass. I'm trying to think, man. I'm gonna put Glass in B tier because I know they made him have a rework, but me personally, I didn't like his rework. He has a good gun, but at the same time, he has a good gun. I know he has two smokes. I'm trying to find him. Oh, he has an operator video too. I did not know that. I want to say, I don't know, snipers in this game are weird because they really excel on certain maps and certain sites. So I'm gonna just leave him in B. I might change it later. Not sure. Goyo. What Goyo is? I'll put Goyo in C tier. I'm sorry. He basically just has Molotovs. That's it. And most of the time, people just be running through him. That's his old gadget. It's a deployable gas can that you can put on walls. Yeah, it's good for like, you know, denial or like time denial at least. But for the most part, people don't be using them right. And even when they do use them right, they be shooting them too early. They be getting nervous and getting scared. He doesn't have a good gun. I know his gun is the Vector. I'm trying to find him on his on the Siege Clan. I can't. Okay, there we go. Oh, he has the TCSG. I did not know that. So he has two really good guns. He can choose between the impact grenade, proximity alarm, and the bulletproof camera. They're really good. Oh, he came out year 4. Oh wow. He's 2 speed, 2 health. I don't know how he's too difficult to be honest with you. But in my opinion, I'm just gonna put him. I'm just put him in T. It is what it is. Gridlock. Definitely putting Gridlock in A tier. Great gadget. She gets like 3 throws on it or something. Let me see. I don't know if I can see how many throws she gets. But her track stingers, which is the name of her gadget, really good. Her gun is also really good. She has the F90 or basically the dog. You can choose from that or the 249. Secondary is a shotgun, a pistol, and a cologne. And right now she has EMP grenades, smokes, and breach charges. Gridlock is very good for. She's very good for entry fragging, but also cutting off areas. Like if you don't want to get flanked, you throw her little device down. They really have no choice but to shoot and let the enemy team know that, hey, like, you know, I'm trying to flank, I'm shooting your traps. They're just gonna put her in A. I remember when she first came out. It was hard to play against her, man. It really was. I know now you can people say, oh well, you could just shoot her trap. I know people. My fault. I was texting somebody. I know people now be like, "Oh, you could just shoot her trap, prevent it from spreading." That don't be happening most of the time. But Grim. Okay, look, hear me out. Grim's 2 guns is the FF2 Commando, which is the same thing IQ has, or the shotgun. And think. He has the Bailiff, the P229, a Claymore breach charge, or a hard breach. You can go from those. I don't know. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I feel as though I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'll tell you why. Grim's gadget actually very, very good, but it's so wonky. And what I mean by that is how his gadget works is if somebody touches his bugs, they're supposed to be detected. But sometimes there's two different detections that they have on him. They have the detection where they ping the enemy every couple of seconds, and then the second detection is when they get pinged constantly, throughout the map. I don't know what's the determination and how it works for the game, but I feel like if they really fix the wonkiness on Grim, I feel like he'll be a good character. So I'm gonna put him in B. Habana A tier automatically. Great gun. OG hard breacher. Even now you can change the pellets, how many pellets you want to shoot. That was really cool when they did that on Habana. Ayana, yeah. Let me think. I'm definitely putting Ayana. She's good for getting information. She also is really good for fracking. She can play vert sometimes too, depending on She did kind of change the game for Siege, because some people, they would like, let's say go left when her Ayana phone run to a camera. They'll be like, oh, Ayana's pushing this way, but really Ayana's like, somewhere else. You can also use her in that type of aspect. I think overall I think she's 8. I need to start putting some people in F, to be honest. I'm gonna put Ella in F. IQ? Nah, I'm gonna put IQ. I'm gonna put IQ in A tier. IQ is a high elo operator. She's very hard to like understand, and she's very hard to use because just in my opinion, you're supposed to play her vertically, and like destroy traps from below. That's actually how I got to play it way like back then. I had was playing IQ, and I saw in a pro match that a guy was like killing the roamers, and then he'll go like underneath sight or near sight and just start like destroying the traps or whatever. And he was really winning the matches for her, for his team. And I feel like how you play IQ is how you play IQ is like, dude, I don't know, man. I feel like if you don't play her good, you don't play her good. But if you do play her good, you can really succeed. I'm just gonna leave her A tier. Jackal, S tier characters. Oh, Jackal has always been a problem, dude. Jackal has always been a problem. From release all the way up until now, Jackal has been a problem. His guns are really good too. C7E, a lot of damage. PDW9 SMG, a lot of fire rate. His shotgun, one shots now in this meta. Back then his shotgun was terrible, but Jackal has been the most banned character I think in Siege history, in my opinion. I don't know any other character that's banned more than Jackal. Even now when I play rank, Jackal is always constant. Put him in S tier. Jaeger, A tier character. Jaeger ACOG back in the day, crazy. Denying frags, denying flashbangs, really good. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say about it. He's just a really good operator. Really good operator. Definitely put him in. Kaid. I'm gonna put Kaid in S tier. And let me tell you why. Kaid really did change the game when he first came out. Like, electrifying 2 walls at once was crazy. And then people started to learn that you can put his electrified wall like below a site or to the side of site, and it'll still like, or above a site, it'll still get the wall. Kaid is really good. His gun is really good. His shotgun, what is it called? Yep, the TSG is really good. If you don't like that, you can go to AUG A3. He has a sniper pistol, a nitro, offers a lot of utility for his team. He's also 3 health and 1 speed. Yeah, good luck 1v1ing a Kaid on that. Callie, put Callie in B tier. Callie is situational. Her gadgets wonky as hell. Barely offers anything for the team. Callie's only good for certain sites and certain good for certain sites in certain situations. That's all I gotta say about that. Capkin. Ooh, Capkin. Capkin in A tier. Capkin back in the day was a problem. Even now he's a problem because you can stack his traps now, and you can also what's the word I'm looking for? You can stack his traps now, and there's also different levels of height you can put him, which is like really cool. Definitely put him in A tier. His guns is really good too. Legion, A tier. Legion was a problem back in the day. He's still a problem now. Back in the day, his traps used to be invisible. Now they're not invisible, but they do a lot of tick damage, and they're annoying as hell to take out. So when people would like, hear you trying to take it out, or if someone's pressuring you and you got a Legion mine like in your foot, it's kind of, you got to make a decision whether to swing the person you're fighting or back up and try to take out the needle. But if they don't let you take it out, you're just playing a game of like, tug of war, or whatever reference I'm looking for in my head. What is his gun? I can't remember his name. But he has it. Oh yeah, he has SMG. His shotgun back in the day was trash. Now it's good, but it's his T5 SMG, really good. I think overall he's a really annoying to play against, but I think overall he's a really putting Lion in A tier. I would put him in S, but they patched his original gadget functionality when he first came out. Now Lion still offers a lot of playmaking and a lot of information if you can get people detected on his scan, and if they're not detected on his scan, you know that they're standing still. So I feel like that's what makes Lion good. All his guns are good. V308, his DMR, the V17, and his shotgun, the SG, all good guns. Secondary weapons, revolver, a P9, and a gun. He has EMP grenades, a claymore, and a flash. So he offers a lot of utility, a lot of information. And all you gotta do is just press a button, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta drone the line or anything. Maestro. This is tough. Because I'm judging these characters off for all time. I want to put Maestro in S tier, but I know he's not as played as much now. But I'm definitely going to put him in A. When Maestro first came out, he was so annoying to play against. He did so much damage on his gadget. His LMG, his LMG was so good. His secondaries, the bailiff or his Keratos, the revolver was good. His other primary was the ACS-12, the shotgun. I want to say he was 3 health too back in the day. I do want to say that. But dude, it was just so hard to play against Maestro, man. It was so hard to play against Maestro. His evil eye, denying plants, or some people would put his evil eye in a position. So some people were let's say if I'm hard breaching the wall behind me and the door's right here, some people will put the evil eye on this wall, but far away where they won't even know. So that way when they first start hard breaching, he would deny it by shooting it. So he would deny Habana pellets, he would deny thermite. Dude, this show was crazy back in the put him in A. Maverick S tier. Maverick totally changed the game. Maverick opened pixel kill holes, silent breaches sometimes on wood if you know how to do it. He also has a very unique gun that nobody else has that's really good, and that's the AR-15.50. Really good. And then his other weapon is the M4 if you want that. He has flashbangs and a claymore now, but I remember when Maverick first came out, Maverick was a problem, dude. Maverick was a real problem. It was hey, what's the point of electrifying stuff if they have a Maverick? That's what Maverick basically did. Melusi, I must say Melusi is A tier. Her slow is incredibly strong. If you try to shoot the gadget, she shoots at you. That was one of those type of situations. She also gives information, when her gadget activates. So, excuse me. She's also 3 health. She has a choice between the Super 90 and MP5 for her primary. Her secondary, she only has one, which is the RG-15. And she has a bulletproof camera and an impact grenade. I just think she's a good character. Really good character. And she can assist from the dead. Mira, S tier. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Mira in S tier. And I think it's gonna be because of a personal appearance. I mean, a personal. I think it's gonna be because of a personal opinion, but I don't know. Mira guns are so good. Nitro, she could choose between Nitro, proximity alarm. Back then, Mira was played on almost every map, on every site. You know what I'm saying? Especially on Clubhouse, basement. I used to wake up and love playing Mira. Even if I died or whatever, right? Or even if they popped my Mira and I didn't get a kill or anything, I just love playing Mira. She just offered, she offered that psychological warfare. She also offered pixel angles and stuff of that sort. Plant denial with nitros, softball. Mira was just a great character. Monty. Put Monty in B tier. I'm put Monty in B tier. Shield operator. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to touch it. Ozzy, A-tier character. He could steal drones and use them as cameras. That I feel like that's crazy. And then back in the day, he was able to steal a drone, put it like outside, and leave it out there for like a long time. And then spawn peek. His guns with the P10 Roni, good. Let me look at him some. Oh, and the Commando 9. I use the Commando 9, but you know, Mozzie was really good. Mute's A-tier character. I don't think people understand, like, Mute has a lot of interactions with like a lot of other people's abilities. So like Mute can stop Doki Call, Mute can stop hard breachers, Mute can stop Lion Scan. He can prevent the enemy team from getting information, and his guns are also really good. And it's hard to maneuver. It's hard to, like, you know, destroy his stuff if you're not like playing Thatcher or something. So I'm gonna put, I'm definitely putting Mute in A tier. Let me see, Defenders. I'm gonna put Mute in A tier. Knock F tier character. Sorry, her weapon, like, let's see, Knock. Her weapon fucking blows. I mean, yeah, she got nades, but she can just hide from cameras. That's it. But she still makes like a shit ton of noise. Sorry, I don't like it. Nomad, A tier. When Nomad first came out, one of my favorite characters ever. Jabbing people, preventing them from defusing. Her AK is really good. I don't know what her secondary is. Oh, the RX200. She has a sniper pistol, flashbangs, breach charger. Orcs, F tier character. Waste of time. Don't play Orcs at all. Osa, A tier character. Osa's really good now. Bulletproof shield, smokes, get the plant down. She has a really good gun. Excuse me. I can't find Osa on my oh, here it is. She's also 3 health, 3 speed. PDW9 or Thermite's main assault rifle, the 5.56 XI. You can choose between that. And if she don't get smoked, she can get Claymores and EMP. Also, offers a lot of use. Pulse, C tier. I think Pulse has always been overrated in my opinion. If you just listen out for Pulse, he'll get you. He's good for plant denial and stuff, but there's a lot of better options for plant denial than Pulse just sitting down below a site or through a wall and, you know, killing somebody. I think Pulse is like I think Pulse has always been overrated. Rook, Rook in A tier. He gives all of his teammates a little bit of HP. He gives more HP for people that are, you know, 3 speed. For those that don't know, so if you play like Caveira and pick up armor, I think you're gonna have like 150 HP versus like if you're Vera and you pick up armor, you're gonna have like 120 or something. It's like one of those type things. You can literally you could die off spawn as Rook and still be useful. You put down your armor plates, everybody pick them up. You know what I'm saying? His only downside, in my opinion, is getting scanned when everybody's trying to pick up their armor. That's it. I don't know why I have these recruits down here. Sin's F tier, waste of time. A different character could have came out. He just throws up a smoke cloud. People can like shoot. His guns also suck. Did I even buy this character? I did not buy this character because he's so terrible. He has the POF 9, which is basically the PDW 9 with an extended barrel. It just shoots 9mm bullets. It does what, 35 damage? But the PDW does 34 and an 800 fire rate. Like I just says it's just a terrible character. Somebody else could have came out instead of him. He has a hard breach of Claymore, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Terrible ass character. Smoke, S tier automatically. S tier character. Deny plant, block off people, make them waste their time. He could smoke himself off if he have to, run away. Really good shotgun, really good secondary. Good Tachanka and Tachanka D tier. Even before Tachanka's rework, Tachanka was just terrible. He just had a bulletproof shield and a machine gun that he had to sit still on, but people would just kill him because they already know the angle that he's playing. Yeah, he had a bulletproof shield, but it was easy to destroy. Sledge. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to put Sledge in B tier because we have Buck in A tier and Ram is S tier. I'm just gonna say that. Soul is S tier. Holy shit. His job is to hunt drones and deny information. So crazy. And on top of that, he could see the fuser. He could see people use their gadgets. So I think off knowledge, he can. These are all the stuff you can see on Solus. You can see Twitch, Last Fuse, Blitz, IQ, Lion, Doki, Ying, Jackal, Habana, Ayana, Zero, Grim, Brava, Rant. Like, bro, you can see everybody with this character if they're using their ability. And his gun is good. On top of that, Solus is 2 speed, 2 speed, 2 health. Holy shit. Great character. Thermite. S tier. S tier Heartbreacher. Got about a big ass hole in the wall. Thatcher, S tier. I have no discussion. Thorn. I'm gonna put Thorn in A. Her gun is really good. Her gadget's one hit kill if it doesn't put you at like, you know, but below half HP. Put her in A. Thunderbird would definitely put her in B. She has good guns, but her gadget's really weak right now. We'll put her in B and put Doc in A. That's not. Twitch was crazy back in the day. Twitch was crazy back in the day. Now she's still good. But people don't go her because more people go like Brava. Twitch. Damn, Brava's not on this list either. Damn. Put Brava in put Brava in S tier. Brava can hack almost goddamn everything. Put Brava in S tier. And then I'll put Twitch. I'll put Twitch in B because I feel like she's 2 levels below Brava. Brava has really good guns and really good utility. Zero. Put him in B tier. Most Zero players, they're terrible. You can spot Zero and Harem when he uses gadget and just shoot it. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't really get crafty with Zero. I feel like he was just put in game for like the fans like me that played Sam Fisher games or the original Tom Clancy games back then. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Like Valkyrie. S tier character. Denied Plant. 3 cameras. If you could put them in good spots. Oh. Over. Really good gun. Good secondary. Wamai. I'm gonna put Wamai in A and I'm gonna put Jaeger in B. Because Wamai is a better Jaeger. As far as like where he could put his gadget. That he could put him like underneath stuff above versus Jaeger. It's more like head level. You know what I'm saying? You could get crafty with Wamai. Warden. I mean, he has a good gun. I mean, he has his flash. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's S tier, A tier." Y'all only saying that because all y'all do is just hard roam with his gun and frag out. But a lot of people don't understand. You can do the same shit with Valkyrie. They have the same damn gun, but people they just be sucking off Warden like balls. Well, he's 2 health, 2 speed. Valkyrie's what? Same thing, 2 health, 2 speed. Both have the MPX, right? Unless I'm tripping. Both have the MPX. Like, not nothing crazy. Most of the time when I see Warden players, they're not even like using their gadget to prevent themselves from getting flashed. They're just not. I'll put him in A though. I was put him in A for y'all, but in my opinion, he like B. Vigil. Vigil's definitely A tier. Back in the day, Vigil used to be crazy. Hard roam and Vigil, could never spot him, never find him. Ying, A tier. Ying's reworks over the years, good for her. Her gadget's really good. A lot of flashes, a lot of flashes. Weapon good too. I'm definitely gonna put a Sophia. I'm gonna put Sophia. I'm gonna put her in B tier. She's an alright character. Good gun. I think she's 2 armor, 2 speed. No, she's 3 HP and 1 speed. Holy shit. M762 is my favorite AK in the game. I think that's an AK at least. MGE, yeah, situationals, whatever. But her gadget, back then she had 3 of each, I believe. Now she only has 2. Those are my opinions. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, man, so I keep making more videos. And we'll catch y'all next time.